Do you pursue dates 1 through 3 and back off and wait for her to initiate contact?
No, the idea, as the book says, is that it is true that men are the pursuers. It's our job to start the courtship off. And so, what you're going to do is you're trying to take measured steps. And because most guys call too much, they text too much, they want to see the girl too much, too often, too soon, and it's smothering. Women need time and space away from you to wonder about you, to think about you, to miss you, to become unsure where they stand with you. And so by just the guy saying, okay, I'm going to only initiate one reach out per week to set one date, whether you see her in the same week or say you reach out on a Thursday, you're making a date for maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week. The idea is you're going to contact her once a week to initiate one date, and that's it. Now, typically, if the girl is not structured and she's just a normal, healthy girl that was raised right, most women in the West are going to sleep with a guy by the second or third date. Those are just the numbers. And so, usually, in most cases, after the second or third date and the first time you guys have had sex, within a day or two of that, the girl's going to reach out and say, hey, or send you a meme or something like that. And when that starts happening, you just make the next date. That's it. You just make the next date. Hang out, have fun, hook up. Now, because women are like cats, maybe what usually starts to happen is then she's going to start reaching out once or twice a week. And then if she's reaching out once or twice a week, you don't really have to initiate any more contact with her because they become more aggressive, especially when their emotions become engaged. Just like Ocean has been trying to get my attention, and Rocky comes over here, to get in front of her, and I'm trying to talk and do the video, but she notices I'm not really paying much attention to her because I'm doing something else other than giving her attention, and so she tends to become a little more fussy, and she tends to whine a little bit more to get more attention, and that's even though she's a female dog, that's kind of how women behave. If they don't get enough attention as their emotions become engaged, then they will reach out to you to seek your attention and validation. So what you're trying to do with one day per week is just to go at a nice steady pace, not too much, not too little, just the right amount, because as her emotions and feelings become engaged, then she's not going to want to wait to hear from you only once a week. She'll start reaching out to you and creating opportunities for the two of you to interact. That's usually about as far as a woman will go. Most of the time, she's not going to call you up and say, hey, I miss you, I want to see you, until you're a little further down the road and she feels comfortable. Then she'll start doing those things. But if the girl is contacting you first when all conversation threads are closed, then that's what you want. So it's not you set 3 dates in a row and then you just stop and wait to hear from her. Now, if you're 3, 4 dates in and the girl never once has reached out to you and you're hooking up, she might be structured. In other words, she might have the attitude because the book, The Rules, or some other coach on the internet that coaches women said, oh, just let the guy do 100% of the pursuing. And if you're in one of those cases, then what's going on is the girl's holding back. She's not acting natural. She wants to talk to you. She wants to see you, but somebody on the internet told her not to do that. And so you want somebody that's easygoing, easy to get along with, that just behaves naturally. If she wants to talk to you, she'll reach out and facilitate an interaction. So it typically starts to happen the second or the third week is when a woman will start reaching out to you, maybe every couple of days. So it's just a slow process. And then once that starts happening, once she starts reaching out to you, then as a guy, if you're only reaching out once per week, and then say, like last week, you reached out to her on a Monday, you had a date on Wednesday, you hooked up on Wednesday for the first time, she might message you on Thursday or Friday and say, hey, the other night was really wonderful, or whatever. Hey, I was thinking about you. Hope you're having a great day. And then you use that as an opportunity to set the next date. And the very next week, she might reach out to you 3 different times over the course of the week. She might text you, she might FaceTime you, she might call you, she might Snapchat you or send a WhatsApp message. But if she's reaching out 3 different times in a week, then it actually becomes counterproductive for you to reach out once because you're trying to create the conditions where she's coming to you at her pace. She doesn't get overwhelmed emotionally. And as her interest goes up and she starts to notice, like every time she contacts you, you're facilitating a get together, which is in her mind and her heart was what she was thinking, anyways. The real reason she reached out is she's thinking about you. And so if she's doing that, you assume she wants to see you and facilitate the next get together as quickly as possible.